What's going on, people? We are back from the international break. I'm Ryan Williams here. If you don't know who I am, and if you're a first time viewer, of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, and of course click the links below on Twitter and my IG. So we're gonna get straight off into this. We have the returning Arsenal and Watford, and when I mean returning, the Premier League is back, of course. So of course we know the news of Watford, and they have decided to let go of their manager, and well, it has to be pretty tough. I mean, you know, let's face it, I'd probably say since the FA Cup semi-finals against Wolves, Watford have not been looking good at all. Pretty sure they've picked up 6 points for the last 12, if my memory is correct. And obviously, you know, it's not really good enough to keep in the Premier League, and Watford are actually down near the bottom of the Premier League, and it's only been four games in, so it's really going to be tough for Watford to deal with the loss of their last manager, who of course got them to the FA Cup final last season. And they do have a few injuries here. We know the captain Tierney is still recovering from his injury, but on the other side they do have players like Theo, Pereira, and Andre Gray, of course, and a former Arsenal striker himself, Danny Welbeck. So what can we expect from Watford? We have to find out. Let's talk about the Gunners, of course, the team. And big noses, big Rob Holding is in training with the first team. To be fair, from the clips that I've seen over the course of the last couple of weeks, I've seen Rob Holding kind of slowly filtering in training with the first team. Do you know what I mean? So he could be a shout for this game coming up against Watford. He has been playing with the under-23s over the course of him trying to return back to first team football. So, you know, could this be a perfect time for Rob Holding to come back? Because let's face it, the defence still needs help. You know, we got Bellerin and Tierney also coming back into training as well. Bellerin might be a little bit longer, of course, due to his injury. Remember, guys, he got injured twice last season. Do you know what I'm saying? So for Kieran Tierney, of course, our new signing, our new left back, after the departure of Nacho Monreal, of course, he's still gonna take time to adjust to the Premier League, but I don't know if he'll be ready for Watford. Probably not. But in the coming weeks, I'm sure we could expect to see Kieran Tierney. So let's think about the last fixtures. Of course, Watford lost their last game and we drew our last game. So all in all, I mean, what could we expect? And we know Arsenal's away record is not good, given the fact we did beat Newcastle earlier this season, but we did lose at Anfield. Of course, it's Liverpool, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean? It's always going to be hard to even get a point at Liverpool, especially at Anfield. So it's one of those things where, boy, this is Arsenal's chance to take Watford while they're down. But on the flip side, we know what new managers can do. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's look at last season at our unbeaten run, and we lost at St Mary's. We lost at the Stadium of Light, and it was what it was. So again, what do we do? No, I'm sorry, Southampton. Sorry, St Mary's. Scratch that. I do apologise. Always seem to get them mixed up. But anyways, regardless of that, we did lose to Southampton last season when they had their manager who's in charge now. I think that was actually his first game, you know, and we lost. So, and see Southampton, you know, the quality that they have. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're still a mid-table team, but they're trying to change things. So, Watford, again, the new manager, it's going to be their first game. What could we expect? Arsenal, knowing the defensive problems that we had, do you know what I mean? We got David Luiz and Socrates as a partnership. You know, I'm not particularly a fan. I've always said it. These two are pretty much the same type of defender. Do you know what I mean? given the fact David Luiz has more experience, but we've seen David Luiz and we know what he's like. A lot of people are starting to see the cracks in Socrates that I was showing last season. I'm not on this whole, get players out crap. I'm not saying that, but I did say Socrates is questionable, and now a lot of Arsenal fans are starting to see it. So this could be a chance for Callum Chambers, who hasn't even started a game since the first game of the season, and that was against Newcastle, which we did keep a clean sheet in at, the St James's Park. So, sorry, I've just got a lot on my mind. I'm just trying to think on how I would do this defence, or how would we even shape up? Again, we're going away from home, Watford. I think we should start with a back three. Maybe just for the time being again, because, Kolasinac can't really defend. Let's be real, he can't defend. Not really, he can't defend. Let's be real. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles, given the fact that the guy has worked in that right back position, for me, still, lapses in concentrations, and sometimes in the most important moments of the game. Do you know what I mean? And he's doing his best. But I just think he's so much better going forward. He offers more. We've already seen that beautiful goal at St James's Park against Newcastle from Aubameyang. Do you know what I mean? So that he assisted, wicked cross. So we might have to go with a back three. Do you know what I mean? And David Luiz looks so more composed as a back three. So what do we do? Of course, this is a chance for Nicolas Pepe again to try and, adjust and learn. And hopefully he can get a goal, because he's shown us so much quality in the last couple games that he's played for Arsenal. But it's just the last bit. It's just the end. But we have to give him time to adjust. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, no questions asked. He's going to get goals. Will Alex Lacazette start? Hopefully, will we see them as a front three pairing? Who knows? Even though I just said back three. But you never know. I might change my mind to a back four. But hopefully we can get things moving and, not give Watford too much respect. Not in a sense, because I feel like when we give teams too much respect, and knowing the defensive issues that we have, it just leaves us so open and so vulnerable. And then it kind of takes like a sudden moment, the roar from the fans. Like, it's like they're missing the extra kick of gas, the lighter fluid, if anything, in the players' stomach. And they need us to, ignite it and get them moving. But they need to be getting moving. We'll always be behind you. So my thing is, they need to be coming out here on the world go. They know the situation with Watford. They know they've got a new manager in. They know players are missing. Important players are missing as well. So this is a perfect chance for Arsenal to get the 3 points at Vicarage Road. So let's talk about the formation here. So, again, we've been playing with a back four to the start of the season, if I can remember correctly. So what do we do? Do we stick to that, or do we go to a back three, knowing the issues that we have? We know Unai Emery does like to switch it up a lot, but given the fact that last season, we didn't have a left back quality, Nacho Monreal was getting on and making a lot of errors. It was showing that his time was up. Excuse me. And Kolasinac, we all know he can't defend. We all know he likes to bomb on forward and put the balls in across the box or up in the air. Do you know what I mean? So what do we do? And Ainsley Maitland-Niles is the only covering right back that we have with Hector out. Do you know what I mean? So do we go to a three? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because you got to think about that midfield. And of course we have to talk about Granit Xhaka, the Arsenal captain. And of course there was comments, I didn't really touch on it, there were comments in a week where, a lot of questions were asked, and he just pretty much said it was about the Tottenham game, of course, and a lot of people want to ask about the tackle. And, you know, he kind of tried to take the shade off him. He tried to say that, you know, like, we had more chances to win. Do you know what I mean? He kind of looks at it that. You know, I don't want to misinterpret it what the man said, but he said what he said. You could look at it in how you want to look at it. Me personally, I think he's just looking at a way to escape things, because he's got a lot of things on his head. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us fans are onto him anyways. You know, he's got a baby coming. Do you know what I mean? And like, he's also gonna have paternity leave, so he's gonna be missing for a bit. Plus, he's got a niggling injury. Of course, apparently his Achilles has been injured. He's been injured with an Achilles problem, sorry. So, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? It's the pressure started to get to Granit Xhaka. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff for them. But this would be a game to just take him out of. Personally, we need to be starting Lucas Torreira. Yes, I know he has played with Uruguay early in the Euro qualifiers, but we need to be putting it back into the team. He's been doing cameo appearances. I'm not really particularly liking the fact that when he's on with Xhaka and Guendouzi at the same time, that's just too defensive. Do you know what I mean? We need some creativity there. If you notice, when we played against Spurs at the Emirates at home, in the last fixture, until, of course, we got the goal at the end of the first half by Lacazette. But until the fires come on, him and Guendouzi in the link up was moving crazy. So we need some flair in that midfield. So for me, I'm just going to quickly lay out my team right now. So a goal, you know who's going to be in there, Bert Leno. But for me, Bert Leno has to be more composed on the ball. Last week, we all know, the last game, sorry. You know, the first goal, yes, he was at fault at that. But, you know, of course, there was more errors leading to that goal even before. But for the keeper, he's got to be doing better than that. He needs to have his decision making on point. It's as simple as that. You're either going to punch it, you're either going to catch it, you're going to push it, you're going to power it away. It's as simple as that. Leno, be more composed, try to be more solid, and lead that line. That's exactly what he has to do as a goalkeeper going forward, and make the right decisions. Do you know what I mean? Very good goalkeeper. You can see there's talent in there. Yes, we know he does make mistakes. A lot of goalkeepers make mistakes, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, you're the one that's got to keep the clean sheets. So, Leno, we go, of course. Now, back to my dilemma. Do we go to a 4? Do we go to a 3? And you know what? I'm going to go out. I'm going to go all out attack. Fuck it. I'm going to go 4-3-3 attack. Straight. I'm just going to keep it real. So, Easy Maitland-Niles right back. Left back is going to have to be Kolasinac. The two centre-back choices. Now, for me, I'm just going to really go out here and just say I'm going to pick David Luiz and I'm going to test it out, Callum Chambers. Now, for me, Socrates has been, you know what I mean? And there's been a couple games last season that I particularly could pick out of, you know, like the time he got sent off in the game Europa League last season when we got absolutely battered by Rennes, 3-1, if you remember. And if you didn't get sent off with that free kick, you know, the shot after the free kick would have gone in. Leicester, you know, the last game. I mean, there's too many times where Socrates is too hot-headed. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. I'm kind of chilly out here for some reason. I don't know. But look, point is, Chambers, this is the time for him to establish himself. He's come back on loan from Fulham last season already, iterated about my video throughout my videos. If you want to check them out, I leave a link to the channel. So for me, this is a chance for him to fully say, listen, Unai, Socrates, yes. Holden's still working his way into the team, yes. David Luiz is there, we know. Give me my chance. This is my time. So for Chambers, he's got to go in there. David Luiz looked better last weekend against the last game. I keep saying last weekend, bloody hell. But yeah, against Tottenham. So hopefully he can be more composed, keep calm. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'll choose him over Socrates right now, because Socrates, a lot of people have been saying Socrates is the most important defender. I'm not gonna sit here and say yes, but I'm also not gonna sit here and say no, because he's started to show cracks. For me, the most important defender has been out injured for majority of last season, and now he's coming back into the first team. For Socrates, for what we had after he's been injured, I mean, it's like putting a couple plasters on it. Let's be real. Now, we look like, the plasters are just peeling off. I don't know. The amount of times we crumble sometimes, you know what I mean? So, we have to have experience there, and we can't have any more erraticness, do you know what I mean, from any of them. And like I said, Callum Chambers needs to prove himself. And we're having two types of the same defender and centre back. We had that with Mustafi and Koscielny. I'm not just gonna moan about that, but I'm just trying to show you guys, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the back four: Ainsley, David, Callum, and Sead. So going into the midfield, now this is where it's gonna be very interesting, because for me, Matteo Guendouzi's there, full stop, no questions asked. I have been watching this guy since we signed him, from last season, and I mean, he's developed into such a wicked player, and there's more to work on. Do you know what I mean? I remember watching an interview this week, I think it was for Arsenal, and they were talking about Guendouzi, and Guendouzi being a prime example of what Arsenal were trying to do in terms of going forward with the youth and the young players, and trying to make them stronger and faster, and that's what they're trying to working on. I even saw clips after the North London derby of Joe Willock and Reece Nelson and those guys just like lifting up weights like after. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't even think. Do you know what I mean? Doing weights. No, I'm sorry. That was after the Burnley game. My apologies. But those guys played on the pitch, and then they're coming back and they're doing weights. And this is what I'm saying. Going forward, the team needs to be more physical. So for Guendouzi, and we know the technical ability that he has as a ball carrying centre midfielder. He can play box to box, so it seems, and also he can defend. But personally, like I said, I like him going forward. You know what I mean? And there's no questions asked. Lucas Torreira sitting in that DM in the hole, protecting the back four. I'm sick and tired of seeing him kind of getting utilised how N'Golo Kante was getting utilised for Chelsea last season. For Torreira, I don't think it's gonna work out for him playing in that way. Do you know what I mean? He has to defend. It's as simple as that. The way he gets at defenders, he doesn't let you go. He needs to be holding right there in that DM position. So that's that. You got, yeah, and then also, you know what I mean? So of course, like I said, I'm going 4-3-3 attack. But when we do defend, Torreira drop back. It's as simple as that. So Torreira will be on the left, Guendouzi on the right, number 10. Now this is where it gets so tricky, because now Mkhitaryan's gone. Do you know what I mean? What do? We have Ozil and we have Dani Ceballos. Ozil hasn't touched Premier League football since last season. Dani Ceballos has started to make a name for himself within the Arsenal fans and within the Premier League. So what do? Simple. We start Ceballos, then build in Ozil later on in the game. That is the best way to do it. We don't want to just chuck Ozil in there straight. If his mind's not ready for it, whatever. I personally feel Dani Ceballos, we don't want to lose a little bit of that form that he started to pick up. And, again, you got to impress a lot of the Arsenal fans. You've been impressing a lot of the Arsenal fans. You've been impressing me too. So hopefully at the end of the season, we can see what's going on. So Ceballos, right there. We know what he can do. Again, like I said, the North London derby, when he came on, the game totally flipped on its head. And of course, the front three, Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, Lacazette through the middle. For me, I want to see a little more interchange in between Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe. Like, it's gonna be a little bit, well, more so Lacazette and Aubameyang. Pepe, I just want Pepe to just take his time. It's as simple as that. The same way I was with Emery last season. Take your time. You're learning. I'm being with the new players, especially Pepe, because we know what he can do. We know he can rip, man. But my man just needs a goal. He got an assist. That's work. That's progression. So it's only a matter of time before Nicolas Pepe ends up on the score sheet for Arsenal. Lacazette, I mean, for me, he has to tell Unai Emery, listen, it's the front three. This is it. Stop leaving me on the bench and making subs or taking me off. This is it. And Aubameyang, we know what Aubameyang could do. Yes, a lot of people, and even myself included, are, a bit when he's playing on the wide areas. Even himself, he even said, like, he prefers to play in the middle. We know Aubameyang likes to be at the end of the ball when the ball is played. We know what he can do. Remember the goal in our last fixture? Jesus, it's Guendouzi, beautiful ball. But Aubameyang to stretch out and just get that, crazy. So for me, they have to be interchanging here and there, bringing each other in. So and then we know our wing backs are going to get forward. So there's that. But we do have to be cautious. Watford are not nobody to sleep on. Yes, they've been doing poor, but they're nobody to sleep on. So it is what it is. So for me, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 victory to the Arsenal. I think there'll be 2 goals. I would have said 3, but I don't know. I think Watford got a lot to prove to their fans. Of course, the new manager as well. We're coming down, and the cojones thing is still running around, even though it was said a couple of years ago now. But again, Arsenal still have a point to prove. Unai Emery has a point to prove. Again, the Arsenal away record still pants, and this is the season for Unai Emery to try and get it done. Try and get us back into the top 4. There's games like this we should be winning. We got away with it last season when we won 1-0 and Troy Deeney got sent off. But let's face it, even when he got sent off, it looked like he didn't even get sent off. It looked like we had a player sent off. So we got to be performing a lot better. There's going to be a lot of new players in, but there's going to be a few new players there. And there's going to be a lot of the players that were there last season. So for Arsenal, this, again, every game for me is a must-win. It's as simple as that. Obviously, as a football fan. But for Arsenal, if they want to really stamp an authority in the Premier League and say, listen, we're coming for the top 4, it's games like this, they should be winning. So, guys, that is it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. But for everybody taking their time watching this video, thank you very much. And I hope you can share it out to your friends, football friends, Arsenal friends, etc. Leave your comments at the bottom of this video, and of course, like I said, support the channel, share it, subscribe. Check out my Instagram. I'll leave it in the description with my Twitter. You can chat to me on there. I'm very active, so holla at your boy. So, Gooners, hopefully we can get the 3 points this weekend, and I wish you all a very nice weekend on this lovely Friday morning. Peace.